I need you to picture this for a second. You're sitting at your desk, working through your emails, and suddenly you feel this weird tingling in your left arm. Just a little numbness, nothing major. You shake it out, maybe switch positions, and within a few minutes, it's gone. So you think nothing of it, right? I mean, we've all had our arm fall asleep before. But here's the thing that most people don't realize. Your body is constantly sending you signals, little warning signs that something might be off. And the difference between catching something early and dealing with a serious medical emergency often comes down to whether you paid attention to that one weird symptom you almost brushed off. My name is Daniel. Trust me, I am a doc. If you are someone who is curious about medical mysteries, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Today, we're going to talk about symptoms that might seem completely harmless, the kind of things you'd normally ignore or chalk up to stress, lack of sleep, or just getting older. But these seemingly innocent signs can actually be your body's way of screaming for help. And I'm going to show you exactly how to tell the difference between something you can safely ignore and something that needs immediate medical attention. Symptom number 1. Sudden, severe headache. The worst headache of your life. Let me start with something that sounds obvious but gets missed all the time. We're talking about headaches here. Now, I know what you're thinking. Daniel, everyone gets headaches. How is this a warning sign? Here's what most people don't realize. There's a massive difference between your typical tension headache or migraine and what doctors call a thunderclap headache. This is a headache that comes on suddenly. We're talking 0 to 100 in seconds or minutes, and it's described by patients as literally the worst headache they've ever experienced in their entire life. This could be a sign of a subarachnoid hemorrhage, which is basically bleeding in the space surrounding your brain. Think of it like this. If your brain were a house, this would be like a pipe bursting between the walls. It's an emergency that requires immediate medical attention, because if left untreated, it can lead to permanent brain damage or death. Here's the psychological force at play. We're so used to having headaches that we've built up this tolerance. We pop an ibuprofen, maybe lie down for a bit, and push through. Our brain has literally trained us to normalize pain. But that survival mechanism, that ability to push through discomfort, can actually work against us in situations like this. The key differentiator? If you've ever said to yourself or someone else, "This feels different from any headache I've ever had," or "something is seriously wrong," that's your cue to get to an emergency room immediately. Don't wait. Don't see if it passes. Go now. Symptom number 2. Sudden vision changes, more than just getting older. All right, let's talk about your eyes for a second. You're reading something on your phone, and suddenly you notice these little floaters, kind of like tiny cobwebs or spots drifting across your vision. Or maybe you're seeing flashes of light, almost like someone's taking photos with a flash in your peripheral vision. Now, you might be thinking, okay, I'm just tired, or I've been staring at screens too much. And look, that's a reasonable assumption. But here's where it gets really interesting. Sudden onset of floaters, especially when combined with flashes of light or a curtain-like shadow coming across your vision, can be a sign of a retinal detachment. Think of your retina like wallpaper in a room. When it starts to peel away from the wall, you're going to notice some weird effects before it completely tears off. Those floaters? That's often debris from the retina starting to separate. Those flashes? That's your retina being mechanically stimulated as it pulls away. The window to save your vision in cases of retinal detachment is surprisingly small. We're talking hours to days in some cases. If the retina fully detaches and isn't reattached quickly, you can lose vision permanently in that eye. But here's the thing that catches people. Retinal detachment often doesn't hurt. There's no pain signal telling you something's wrong. So your brain is like, well, if it doesn't hurt, it's probably not serious. That's your brain lying to you based on incomplete information. The actionable step here? If you experience a sudden increase in floaters, flashes of light, or a shadow or curtain in your peripheral vision, especially if it's only in one eye, You need to see an eye doctor or get to an emergency room that same day. Not tomorrow, not next week, same day. Symptom number 3, unexplained weight loss, when dropping pounds isn't a victory. Let's shift gears here. Imagine you step on the scale one morning and you've lost 10 pounds. And here's the thing, you haven't been trying to lose weight. You haven't changed your diet. You haven't started exercising more. The weight just came off. For a lot of people, the initial reaction is actually positive. Hey, I'll take it, right? We live in a culture that's so focused on weight loss that unintentional weight loss almost feels like a gift. But here's what most people don't realize. Your body doesn't just randomly shed weight without a reason. Unintentional weight loss, we're talking about losing 5% or more of your body weight over 6 to 12 months without trying, can be a red flag for serious conditions. This could indicate anything from hyperthyroidism, where your metabolism is running in overdrive, to diabetes, where your body can't properly use glucose for energy. It could be a sign of depression or other mental health conditions affecting appetite. Or, and this is the scary one that makes doctors' ears perk up, it could be an early sign of cancer. Now, you might be thinking, but Daniel, wouldn't I have other symptoms if something was seriously wrong? And that's the tricky part. Sometimes unintentional weight loss is the first and only symptom people notice. The cancer or other condition is growing and consuming resources, but it's not causing pain or other obvious symptoms yet. Here's the psychological trap. We're conditioned to see weight loss as good. Our entire society reinforces this message constantly. So when it happens, we celebrate instead of investigate. We have to override that cultural programming and ask ourselves, did I earn this weight loss or did it just happen? The actionable step. If you've lost significant weight without trying, especially if it's accompanied by fatigue, changes in appetite, or just feeling off, that's worth a conversation with your doctor. Don't wait for other symptoms to show up. Early detection makes a massive difference in outcomes for almost every serious condition. Symptom number 4, persistent fatigue that sleep doesn't fix. All right, this one's huge because it's probably the most commonly ignored symptom on this entire list. You're exhausted, not just tired, truly, deeply exhausted. You're sleeping 7, 8, 9 hours a night, but you wake up feeling like you didn't sleep at all. Simple tasks feel overwhelming. You need to rest after taking a shower. Here's the thing. We live in a culture that glorifies being busy and being tired. I'm so tired has become almost a status symbol, like a badge of honor proving how hard you're working. So when we experience fatigue, we normalize it immediately. Of course I'm tired. Look at my schedule. But here's what most people don't realize. There's a massive difference between being tired from a busy lifestyle and experiencing pathological fatigue. We're talking about fatigue that doesn't respond to rest, that's out of proportion to your activity level, that persists for weeks or months. This kind of persistent, unexplained fatigue can be a sign of anemia, where you don't have enough healthy red blood cells carrying oxygen throughout your body. Think of it like trying to run your car on a quarter tank of gas constantly. Everything just struggles to function properly. It could also indicate thyroid problems, where your body's entire metabolic system is out of balance. Or it could be an early sign of heart disease, where your heart is struggling to pump efficiently and your body isn't getting adequate oxygen-rich blood. This is where it gets really interesting. Persistent fatigue is also one of the most common early symptoms of chronic fatigue syndrome, autoimmune diseases like lupus or rheumatoid arthritis, and even some forms of cancer. Now, you might be thinking, but Daniel, how do I know if my fatigue is normal tiredness or something more serious? Great question. Here's a simple test. Is rest helping? If you rest and feel better, that's normal tiredness. If you rest and still feel exhausted, that's a red flag. Also, has this fatigue interfered with your ability to do things you normally do? If you're canceling plans, calling in sick, or struggling with basic daily activities, that's your body waving a red flag. The actionable step. If you've been experiencing persistent fatigue for more than a couple of weeks that doesn't improve with rest, it's time to see your doctor. They can run blood tests to check for anemia, thyroid issues, vitamin deficiencies, and other treatable causes. Symptom number 5, difficulty swallowing. More serious than you think. Let's talk about something that might seem minor, but can actually be quite serious. You're eating dinner, and suddenly you feel like food is getting stuck in your throat or chest. Or maybe you're noticing that you need to drink more water to get food down. Or you're finding yourself unconsciously switching to softer foods because solid foods have become uncomfortable. This symptom, called dysphagia in medical terms, is one that people tend to adapt to rather than address. Here's the psychological force at play. Humans are incredibly good at accommodation. When something becomes difficult, we unconsciously change our behavior to work around it rather than addressing the root cause. So instead of thinking, "Why is swallowing suddenly difficult?" people think, "I'll just chew my food more thoroughly," or "I'll eat softer foods." The problem gets normalized and absorbed into your routine. But here's what most people don't realize. Difficulty swallowing can be a sign of serious conditions affecting your esophagus. This could be esophageal cancer, especially if you're over 50 and have risk factors like chronic acid reflux or smoking history. It could also indicate a stricture, where your esophagus has narrowed due to chronic inflammation. Look, the esophagus is basically a muscular tube that pushes food from your mouth to your stomach using coordinated contractions. When something interferes with that process, whether it's a growth, inflammation, or nerve damage, swallowing becomes difficult. The key here is progressive difficulty. If swallowing difficulty started with solid foods and is now happening with liquids too, or if it's getting worse over time, that's a major red flag. That pattern suggests something is progressively narrowing your esophagus. The actionable step. If you're experiencing persistent difficulty swallowing, especially if it's progressive or accompanied by weight loss or chest pain, you need to see a doctor. They can perform tests like an endoscopy to look directly at your esophagus and identify what's causing the problem. Early diagnosis makes a massive difference in treatment success. Symptom number 6, changes in bowel habits. Your gut trying to tell you something. All right, I know this isn't the most comfortable topic, but we need to talk about it because it's important. Let's say you've always been pretty regular with your bowel movements, and suddenly things change. Maybe you're constipated when you never were before, or maybe you're having diarrhea that persists for weeks, or you notice blood in your stool, or stool that's black and tarry. Here's the thing that makes this symptom so commonly ignored. We don't like talking about bathroom habits. There's this cultural squeamishness around discussing bowel movements, even with our doctors, so people suffer in silence, hoping things will just go back to normal. But here's what most people don't realize. Persistent changes in bowel habits, especially if they last more than a few weeks, can be early warning signs of colorectal cancer, inflammatory bowel disease, or other serious gastrointestinal conditions. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. The earlier these conditions are caught, the more treatable they are. Colorectal cancer, for example, has a survival rate of over 90% when caught early, but that drops significantly when it's caught at later stages. Those few weeks or months you spent being embarrassed to talk about your symptoms, that could be the difference between an early-stage, highly treatable cancer and something much more serious. Let me give you some specific red flags to watch for. Blood in your stool, whether it's bright red or makes your stool look dark and tarry. Persistent diarrhea or constipation lasting more than a few weeks. A feeling that you need to have a bowel movement that's not relieved by doing so. or stool that's thinner than usual. The actionable step here: if you're experiencing persistent changes in your bowel habits, you need to talk to your doctor. Yes, it might feel awkward, but here's the thing. Your doctor talks about poop all day long. It's literally their job. They're not going to judge you, and they need this information to help you. Look, here's what all of these symptoms have in common, and this is really important. They're all examples of your body's communication system trying to get your attention. Your body doesn't have the ability to send you an email or tap you on the shoulder and say, "Hey, we need to talk." Instead, it sends symptoms, physical signals that something isn't right. And here's the really fascinating part. Your body is actually quite good at distinguishing between minor issues that will resolve on their own and serious problems that need intervention. That's why these symptoms feel different from your everyday aches and pains. That's why that headache feels like the worst of your life rather than just another headache. That's why you instinctively know something feels off. The problem isn't your body's communication system. It's working fine. The problem is that we've trained ourselves to ignore or rationalize away these signals. We tell ourselves we're too busy to deal with it. We convince ourselves it's probably nothing. We Google our symptoms at 2 a.m. and then talk ourselves out of seeing a doctor because we don't want to be that person who overreacts to every little thing. But here's what most people don't realize. Doctors would much rather see you for something that turns out to be nothing than have you wait until something minor becomes something serious. I cannot stress this enough. There is no such thing as overreacting when it comes to sudden, severe, or persistent symptoms that concern you. So here's what I want you to do after watching this video. First, if you're currently experiencing any of these symptoms, make an appointment with your doctor. Don't wait. Don't see if it goes away on its own. Just make the call. Second, I want you to share this video with someone you care about, because statistically, someone in your life is probably ignoring a symptom right now that they shouldn't be. Maybe it's your mom who's been complaining about persistent fatigue. Maybe it's your friend who mentioned having trouble swallowing. Maybe it's your coworker who's been getting these weird headaches. Send them this video. It could literally save their life. Third, start paying attention to your body's signals. Not in a hypochondriac way where you're constantly worried about every minor sensation, but in a mindful way where you notice patterns and changes. Your body is talking to you all the time. Make sure you're listening. And remember, the difference between a good outcome and a bad outcome often comes down to timing. The symptoms we talked about today, they're all more treatable when caught early. That might sound simple, but it's the truth. Early detection saves lives. If this video helped you understand the importance of not ignoring these warning signs, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I make videos like this every week, breaking down medical mysteries and giving you the knowledge you need to take control of your health. Your body is the only one you've got. Treat it with respect, listen to what it's telling you, and don't be afraid to ask for help when something doesn't feel right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay healthy, everyone.